Hello, welcome to another episode of Bunny Hugs and Mental Health. I am your host, Todd Rennebaum, and hit like and or subscribe or that bell or whatever you're supposed to hit. Do that. On this episode, I am speaking with Paul Fluffy Sinclair. When I first found him, he was a big TikTok star. He had a couple 100,000 followers or something. I don't think he's on TikTok anymore. I think he's more of an Instagram fella now, but he's just a really funny guy, and he says a lot of swears, and he's from Australia, and he's got no teeth, and he's just a real character. And then one day he had videos where he's like sobbing and crying, and he ended up losing his job, and it's all because of workplace bullying. So we talk about that, and we talk about his first real challenges with mental health, and he's in his 50s, so he learned a lot, and yeah. So we're going to talk to Paul Fluffy Sinclair about his mental health challenges and workplace bullying. So without further ado, I give you Fluffy.
That's all right. Thanks for asking. I don't know why you want to talk to a silly old 53-year-old on TikTok.
A gay swearing farmer.
That's me. Dirty old potty mouth.
Yeah, I don't know. I stumbled upon you on TikTok. I don't know, maybe a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago even. And you just brought a smile to my face the way you're talking, and you're showing off your sunflowers and everything. And then you had a couple of posts where you were like crying and you were upset, and we're talking about mental health issues. And I thought, well, this guy would be interesting to have on, because first of all,
thank you very much.
You're humorous, and I don't know. I just like I like characters. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
So tell me how did you get such a social media presence? Like,
that's the $1 million question, isn't it, Todd? If only I knew the answer. Everyone had been in the same boat. So, look, I don't know. I first TikTok I posted was in September last year, and it was I sort of hadn't worked out the formula. I was just at the local spillway at Lake Nillicooty up the road here, and then I posted a couple of little short piano things, and
right.
Then I had an issue with my teeth. I ended up with a blood infection, and I apparently have had it for like many years, like a couple of decades. And
couple of decades?
I had to get my decades, like 20 years.
Sorry, I was just being a smart ass.
Oh, you fucking Canadians, you.
Couple decades. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, and I had to get my teeth out. It turned out my bottom gum, I've always had bad gums. I'm genetically fucked, I suppose. So it turns out that my bottom teeth were infecting my bottom jawbone, and the jawbone was causing a inflammation of some blood cells, which all pooled at the bottom of below my knees. And I was at a friend's house at Christmas time, or actually the week before Christmas, and sitting around their swimming pool, having a barbecue, and just got eaten by mosquitoes. Do you have mosquitoes over there in Canada?
Oh, God, do we ever? Especially in this province. Yeah.
Fucking things. Anyway, I just got absolutely ravaged. I had repellent on. That didn't seem to help. Anyway, a week later, all the mosquito bites healed except for below my knees. And they got worse and worse and worse. And anyway, it turned out that I had this big long fucking word with vasculitis at the end of it. And so all the infected blood cells had no red platelets in them or something, and they all pooled below my knees, and the mosquito bites didn't heal. And I had all these blood tests and x-rays, and it turned out to be my teeth. So it's amazing that I had no pain in my jaw or anything. I just thought that was normal. Anyway, the x-ray showed that my whole bottom jaw's that degraded by infection, which is called osteomyelitis or something. So the teeth had to come out. And then I thought, well, I've got to fucking document this, because once they're gone, they're gone. So that's when I did that first TikTok under the pine tree, when I said I was a cunt when I had teeth and I'm still a cunt. And that went fucking nuts. And then a couple of days later, the sunflowers, I thought, I better do one on them, because they were sort of they were starting to turn. I thought I'll just do a quick little TikTok on them. And I started that TikTok with like, hey cunts, and then I talked shit about the sunflowers for a minute or something, and then I just I finished with none-night cunts love you. And I've said that farewell for years. I've always just, even when I leave the supermarket and I here in Mansfield, I say no, I don't say cunts, but I say no, love you. And so those two catchphrases, like the opening, hey cunts, and then the closing remark, none I cunts love you, has actually turned into a global brand.
Yeah, you should make shirts.
Well, I am making shirts, so I'm getting. I fucking should have bought one down. Damn, I didn't bring one. Fucker. So I've just got Oh, and you'll see on some of my TikToks anyway. I've got merchandise there with t-shirts and trucker caps and some stickers, and I'm getting some hoodies made. And yeah, so I just start every TikTok with hey cunts, and then I just talk shit for 30 seconds, and it doesn't matter what I talk about. And so long as I finish it with none cunts love you, and then a day later there's like 50, 60, 70,000 views. It's crazy.
Yeah, you've got something like 215,000 followers on TikTok. And are you on Instagram and stuff too, or?
Yeah, I am on Instagram, so and Facebook, but I don't really sort of go on them very much. I don't look. Everyone's following me. I don't really go on them that much. Look, someone's just started following me on Instagram, which is Mansfield Worm Farm. That's my little side hustle that I've got going. Yeah, and then look, I had a workplace issue with bullying and harassment, and I didn't realise it's been going on for fucking years, but I just thought I was tough and would just tell them to fuck off or mind your own fucking business or something. And yeah, it just built up and built up and built up, and they finally broke me one day. That was on Monday, the 20th of June this year. So what's that? A month ago. And I actually went missing for 2 days on TikTok, and so I didn't do anything on that Monday. I was pretty numb that day, and then Tuesday I fucking crashed. Realised I need to go and get some professional help. Then all these fucking messages, Todd, started to come in from randoms from everywhere. Where are you? Where's Fluffy gone? All these comments on sort of the most recent, because I was doing like 1 or 2 TikToks a day. Apparently that's what you got to do to keep the fucking algorithm happy.
Oh.
And yeah, so I just went missing, and I thought, oh, how am I going to fucking deal with this? I was in a fucking mess. So on the Wednesday, I was down at the park. It was a fucking miserable day here. That was raining and cold, and
well, it's winter.
I had my little dog. Yeah, it is. We're in the middle of fucking winter. It doesn't look like it here, but it's only about. I've got my little dog here now. Versace, come here, darling. Well, fucking don't then. She's sitting over there under the tree.
You got whippets, right?
Yeah. I've got 3 of them, little fucking things. Love them.
Hey, so, I got where are they? Fuck. Dog tattoos of my dogs. So,
oh wow, what sort are they?
Well, the one, he was just a mutt. He passed away last May.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. This other one, he's a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel mixed with a Sheltie. And then we
yeah, absolutely.
Sorry,
fucking
and then we
noisy thing.
Oh, he's pretty good actually. And then
really?
We just adopted a 7-year-old Cavalier King Charles Spaniel about 2 months ago.
Oh,
so
nice. Yeah, there's quite a few of them up here. They fucking bark and they yappy fucking things.
She can be.
Yeah. So anyway, getting back to I hadn't posted and all these messages were coming in. So I was down at the park and I thought, righto, I've just got to fucking put this out there. So that's when I was just walking around the lake it's not a lake, it's just a little fucking dam here at the park. And yeah, I just shared that message to say that I'd been fucking broken and I thought I was tough and I wasn't. And I've reached out for help. I knew fucking straight away that I'd never been in this space before. I thought, I've got to fucking see someone about this. This is not right. So yeah, made appointments on that Tuesday, and I had the first doctor appointment just after I made that TikTok, and they sort of put me on a mental health plan, and because we've got over here in Australia this work safe, so it's if you've got a workplace injury or something, they take over and fucking pay all your bills and your wages until you get your shit together. So, oh my God, what a fucking I've been interviewed by, what was he? He was a psychiatrist, and that went for 2 hours on a Zoom meeting. He fucking pulled me apart all the way from like yesterday all the way back to when I was born to see if I had any fucking learning disabilities or family situation. I've never been poked or probed like that before. It was quite draining. And then I had another interview on Monday. What's today? Today's Thursday, so I think it was Tuesday.
Wednesday here.
Yeah, it was a couple of days ago. So then I had another fucking phone call from some forensic investigator. He's not a medical person, but they have to sort of find out what went on at work, and they do all these reports to see if workplace or WorkSafe, whatever it is, accept your claim. And he was saying he'd watched all my TikToks, and he was saying that mine is quite a unique case because I have such a social media presence, and he just said a lot of WorkSafe bullying and harassment is like people sort of say that, I want to have every Wednesday off, and the boss will say no, so then they put in a claim for fucking harassment. But he said yours is just quite a public claim, and anyway, so that's for all them to fucking deal with. I get out of bed each morning and go for a walk with my little dog and post off my merchandise and share all my fucking ups and downs. I thought I had to share all my down times with my happy, silly fucking TikToks that I do all the time. It's probably the best thing I've done. It's so here we are at the fucking park talking to Saskatchewan. Is that how you say it, Canada?
Saskatchewan.
Oh, sorry. Wash my mouth with soap.
Well, you did a lot better than a lot of people. You did better than most Americans.
Oh, God. Anyway, that's another story, those people.
So, do you mind me asking a little more detail?
Yeah, ask away.
Like, what kind of harassment was there? Was it because of your teeth, or because you're gay, or because of your hair?
Well, yeah, there was when I started to get the teeth out and I started to lose weight. I'm not a big bloke. I was always sort of little anyway, but I couldn't eat properly, and I had 13 teeth removed over probably a 8-week period. So there was a lot of healing. So I had like 4 teeth out at a time, 4, 5, and then 4 teeth out in each session.
Good Lord.
So I was, and I had that done in the fucking chair too. Like I had anaesthetic, but I didn't go to hospital. A lot of people just go and get them all out at once. And then I was told that I looked like a fucking meth addict or a meth head, a fucking druggie, and with the sores that I had on my legs from the infection. Then I felt I had to justify my fucking medical condition to the people at work because you look like a fucking druggie. Is that what you're doing over there at your house? You fucking got a lab cooking up fucking meth and everything. And I just never taken drugs in my life. And there was, just stuff like, oh, for fuck's sake, What's one of those fucking sausage dogs?
Dachshund?
Go away. Yeah. You fuck off. I'm on the Zoom. Anyway. And then there was stuff too. About. Oh yeah, there's a heap of them around Mansfield. Those little Dachshunds, noisy little fucking sausage dogs rubbing their belly on the footpath.
Worst dog I ever had. Anyway.
Yeah. And then there was just stuff about gay. I was just the fucking token gay. Like just yeah. I didn't realise this until everything went fucking pear-shaped and I fell in a bit of a hole that and I don't know if I'm overthinking all of this, but it just felt like I was employed at the first place to tick all the boxes with this company that I work for, this wealthy family that, oh yeah, let's employ the token gay person. Aren't we good? Aren't we doing the right thing? Yeah, I know. And it just, look, it's never fucking bothered me in the past, but you know what? Now this has all happened. It's, yeah, so there was just not, like I wasn't, look, in the past there was a guy that worked there. He's not there anymore. He's fucking left. And he was a friend of the owner. And he got employed as a mechanic and he was nothing but a fucking homophobic thug. He shirt fronted me in the lunchroom one day, called me a faggot in front of other employees. I put a complaint in and then the boss basically said to me, oh, well, have a week off. I'll give you a week off paid and you just need to go away and we all need to work together here and you're just going to have to fucking deal with this, basically. It's like, for fuck's sake, there was no disciplinary action against him. He threatened me with violence, called me these fucking names. He was nothing but a fucking lazy kind of a thing. And then a few years later, he was just like intimidating me. He wouldn't say anything. He knew to keep his fucking distance because I'd tell him to fuck off and all of that sort of stuff. But it just, like, he'd just look at me from the distance on the farm and just shake his head in disgust. And there was just little innuendo about, oh, if ever I heard anything that so-and-so had touched up so-and-so, it wouldn't surprise me if it was you. And like just these little digs. And then when the boss was the one that actually blew up to me, he's about these TikToks. I've been doing these TikToks for fucking 6 months now. And all of a sudden, now that it's gone fucking viral, he basically ripped me to shreds in front of the other workers on the farm and said that I'm an embarrassment to the farm and I'm an embarrassment to him and his family and get your stuff and leave. And I thought, what the fuck's going on here? And then when I fell in a heap the second day, I thought, you know what, no one has to put up with this fucking shit that I've put up with for the last 10 years. I'm just, yeah, and just fucking fell in a heap and got some help. And so that was sort of the harassment at work. And then it's just made me think and overthink about stuff yeah, I just really overthinking it, I suppose, or just relating stupid little incidents that might have happened years ago. I can't fucking remember sometimes what I did 10 minutes ago, and then I can remember like absolute clockwork, something that happened on the fucking 16th of December 7 years ago, or yeah, it's just I never fucking thought I'd have mental health issues. I never fucking did. My wildest dreams, but here I am. So sharing my journey, all my fucking sad TikToks as well as my happy ones, and I can't believe the fucking support, Todd, from all these randoms.
Yeah. How's that going? Like, is it encouraging words?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's been 99.9% encouraging. There's a couple of Yeah, not even that. They're not dickheads, whereas they say things. It's more like, oh, you swear too much and I can save you. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, if you don't, like if you don't like it, scroll the fuck on, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, what's going on there when they've got to have this, oh, you've got real bad mouth and the Lord can save you. It's not just the fucking Lord, but
it's their mission to save you.
No, no. So well, they can fuck off. I've got other people that want to save me that swear like me. They're much more fun to be about, cunts.
Save you, actually save you. Save your mental health and say encouraging things. And
well, yeah, and then there's so many people like messages. I did another little I didn't do a TikTok yesterday, but last night when I got home, I had a late doctor's appointment. I didn't get home till about 6:30. It's fucking dark and cold, and I lit the fire and had some dinner, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to fucking tell everyone what I've been through. Hopefully those forensic appointments, that's it. And then I had my psychologist, my medical, my GP. You know what a GP is? Is that what you call them over there?
General practitioner?
Oh, look how clever you are, cunts. So, so she put me on a mental health plan. So with Mansfield Psychology here. So I had my first Zoom meeting with Julia, and it was such a different meeting compared to those other two meetings I had by the insurance people and the WorkSafe people. They just fucking pulled me apart and wanted to find out this and wanted to find out that. And the professional psychologist, she was totally different. She just had empathy. She gave me words of advice. She identified certain things. She explained some things to me that this was a normal type of feelings to have or situation to go through.
Mm-hmm.
She expressed that even though like that tirade by the boss at work that Monday morning, it was only for not even 60 seconds, Todd. But it was amazing that 60 seconds erased the person that I was when I arrived to work that morning to when I got in my car and left 5 minutes later. That person's gone. And I'm not sad about that. I'm actually quite happy that I've left that person behind, because I fucking put up with all that shit I should never have had to, and just like absorbed it all like a sponge. Does that make sense? Like, and it's been 4 weeks now. Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh, look, it's on. There's the whippet. Hey, Versace, come here. Come here, whippet. She'll come over here. She's all right. She's just protecting me. But yeah, so I've just left that person behind now. And you know what? It's the fucking best thing that's happened to me. As traumatic as some of the shit I've had to go through, and with these interviews with the last couple of days with these fucking experts that almost seem to want to keep you in this space. They'd be fucked. They wouldn't have a fucking job if no one had mental health issues. And the way that some of them were speaking to me, it's almost they wanted to fucking keep you there. So anyway, yeah, I've moved on. I've left that person behind. I don't know what the future me's going to be like. It's certainly going to be a lot bigger and fucking better than the one that I've left behind. I'll give you the hot tip.
I like it. Are you on medication? Did they give you any meds or anything?
I got a script yesterday. I've been having anxiety attacks. I didn't even know what they fucking were until they got explained to me by my psychologist. The fucking WorkSafe people didn't do any diagnosis, and they said that they weren't here to diagnose me or anything. So yeah, I've been given some I don't even know. I haven't even read what it is, but half a tablet a day. It's like an anti-anxiety medication. I'm on that for, I think, 2 weeks, and then that gets reassessed. So I haven't even gone to the pharmacy to pick them up. I'll do that after I finish having a chat with you. So, so no, I'm not on any medication at the moment, but I will be from this afternoon. Cunts?
Well, I've been on anti-anxiety and anti-depressing meds for over 10 years. So, and it started.
Wow.
The first time I started and went and saw a doctor and got the prescription was because of toxic work group that I worked with kind of triggered it. So I can relate that toxic people at toxic coworkers and toxic employers. So
yeah,
I feel your pain.
Isn't it odd that we just tolerate it for so long until it just builds up into a just a festering boil that just explodes. And I fuck, what if we just, I don't know, just identified it straight away, that sort of toxicity in the workplace, and just fucking moved on? What's going on in the world that we feel we have to stay there? I don't know what it is. Hello, Whippet. So anyway, I've moved on. I've got fucking time off work, and I've got pay coming in. I'm selling merchandise. I can't believe everyone's bought my fucking T-shirts and trucker caps, Todd. I'm sending them all over the world.
Wow. I'll have to check out your trucker cap. So I'm a trucker cap kind of guy.
I've got your, have I got your email? Shoot me your email and an address or something, and I'll send you one over.
That'd be great. Yeah.
I can do that.
What's it say on it?
Hey, cunts.
Of course it does. Yeah, that makes sense.
So
I actually Googled you before I sent you an email, because I was like, I want to talk to this guy. But so I Googled you, and then it was like, did you have some other kind of website or something? Because it was actually you when you had your teeth and you were like playing piano, and it was about whippets and stuff. And I was like, well, that's not the guy. And then
yeah, that's me. I'm just going to move into the sun. It's fucking freezing here. So, well, here's another chair over here. I'll go over here. Oh no, I won't. That's better that way. Yeah, look, I had a viral video on Facebook back in 2014 where the whippets ate my fucking bed. So that's up to like, on my Facebook page, that's like 4.5 million views. And here, Whippet, come here, darling. Here,
are you so good at fucking making viral videos?
Well, I don't know.
People just love you, man.
I fucking have a chat. Like, I talk a bit. Love a fucking chat. Yeah, and then, so when that went fucking all over the world. Within 24 hours, it was fucking crazy. Even the breakfast TV show Sunrise came up to Mansfield here and did a live cross with me, and the Whippets, and it was in the. Oh, we've got a local newspaper here owned by the fucking Murdoch people called the Herald Sun, and a lady up here, her sister is a journalist for the Herald Sun, and she was up here, and then she did a story of me, and then they came up a couple of days later and did a photo shoot, and I think it was on page 3 or 5 in the newspaper, but it was in every Murdoch, newspapers all over the world. So I started getting emails from ABC News in New York and Inside Edition in Chicago. It just went fucking crazy, Todd. I was doing interviews all over the place, and my Facebook page went crazy. And so that was back in 2014, and and now this TikTok thing has just gone. A friend sent me. I don't even know how he did it, but he sent me a little screenshot of something on TikTok about top viral. And apparently I've had over 750 million views.
Come again? Good God.
750 million views.
That's insane.
I know, insane. I can't even get my head around.
You're just
how
a lovable
long that
cunt.
number is.
You're just a lovable cunt, yeah, I guess.
I know, and they love it. And it's funny because when I first did it and I said cunts, it must be because I've got the lisp. I've got this gap in the bottom teeth. I've got no top teeth. They've all fucking gone. And I hit the captions. I was following this lady. She said, oh, yeah, you've got to put captions on your videos. So I did. And then it came up, it spelt the word C-U-N-C-E instead of C-U-N-T-S. And I thought, well, that's a bit interesting. And I just kept that. I thought, no, that can fucking stay like that all the time. And that's the spelling on my merchandise. I'm getting messages from people, oh God, all over the world. They're just saying that's just how we greet each other now, like our workmates. Even people are saying to me, and I'm getting bailed up in the street here for selfies and by all the locals, and oh, Fluffy, you're so famous, you're just amazing, you're a celebrity. And people are saying to me that even there was some friends up here, they got young kids, they're like 5 or 7 years old or something, and then every time they put them to bed at night, and the parents go, no, the kids go, no, cunts, love you. So even young kids are saying it now. I'm going to be in the fucking trouble.
Oh, man, that's amazing. Huh.
So
just for being yourself.
And you know what? It's, oh, hello, Whip. Here she is.
Yet the pricks at work are assholes.
Pardon me?
But yet the people you work with are assholes, but the rest of the world loves you. Yeah, I'm
done. Yeah, I'm fucking done with them. Like, it's the best thing that's ever fucking happened, really, in hindsight. So, and just by sharing my sad old fucking face, and when I have a breakdown, the one thing the forensic fucking investigator said, the first thing he said, I've watched all your TikToks, Fluff, and he said, you actually come across as one of the most authentic people on social media, TikTok platform or any of those platforms, because you're not sugarcoating anything. It's
you're not
you say what it is, and
you're not lip syncing and dancing.
Oh, I know, I can't fucking do any of that. And just by sharing that, look, there's been so many people that said, oh my God, Fluff, you've just helped so many people all over the world. You've actually saved lives, which is quite humbling, really. People have sent me messages to say that I've been going through this for 5-10 years, and I've just had my first doctor's appointment, and it's all because of you. And
jeez.
So yeah, and I just think if I can help, I don't know, one person going to get help, or if I can stop one person from self-harming, well, yeah, my job's done. I haven't seen anyone else on this platform with a similar message. I'm sure there are, but the fucking algorithm doesn't bring it up on my page.
Right, yeah.
So, and then you fucking sent me a message from Saskatchewan.
Well done.
In Canada. Yeah, on your little bunny hugs and mental health podcast. I don't even listen to podcasts. I was listening to one this morning. I'll just get a bit of an idea what this fucking bloke's all about, cunt. So
which one did you listen to?
I listened to the lady from California about grey area drinking.
Oh yeah.
I can't think of them.
Emily,
yeah. And it was just it was quite confronting hearing her her life of privilege and pleasure. It doesn't matter what socio-economic demographic you come from, you can still fucking fall into this mental health, depression, addiction.
Yep.
There's no boundaries.
No, that's right. It doesn't discriminate.
No, exactly. That's it. That's what I was trying to say. So I'm just there putting out my message, my happy time. I explained to everyone last night in last night's TikTok, that's over 70,000 people already, and or 70,000 views, and it's only been up for 12 hours.
Lord.
I know.
I bust my ass to try to get noticed, and fucking the more I try, the less people notice me.
Well, it just happened. Look, I was trying probably too hard before it all went viral, and then I don't even try at all. Like, people say you're just so humorous and likable, and it's like, I don't even fucking try. What am I going to? Well, one of my mates said to me, how do you come up with like content or what to talk about? And it's like, well, God, I only have to scroll through 5 minutes of messages, and there's enough content there for 6 months.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, I know. You don't even have to try. They're just simple little things. I'm just down at the park with my little dog, or
is that a bird I keep hearing?
Yeah, that's a magpie. It's having a little. Let me see if I can find it.
We have our magpie sound very different here.
Oh, there they are. They're up in the tree. Can you see them?
Okay, yeah.
They're just having a little chat. Yeah, do you know there was there was something done on birds in Australia, and it came up with the magpie was the #1 most social bird, apparently, with its conversation, because it actually, birds just normally have a basic fucking chirp or tweet, but these things actually strike up a conversation with each other.
Huh.
Anyway, bit of magpie talk for you there, Todd.
I'm now a magpie podcast.
You are.
The one you shared, the one TikTok you made of when you were talking about your breakdown, like I saw that the first night I started following you, and so I've been watching closely, sort of closely. I'm only going TikTok once in a while, but you're like, what's the guy that you talked to? Anyway, he was right. It's very sincere. It was like, it's very, very rare that you see someone be so vulnerable and real in their videos. Like, it was just like my heart was breaking. I was like, oh my God, this guy. And because I've gone through my own issues and stuff, I thought, I'm gonna start following this cunt.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, as I said earlier, if I can help one person that, this whole fucking man bravado thing, I'm as tough as guts. No, I'm all right. I'm not going to cry. Or you weak little poofter or any of that. It doesn't matter. Like, I can't believe the statistics. I don't know what they are worldwide, but just in this country alone, here in Australia, the statistics of suicide amongst men is just it's something like 70%, 77%, and then it goes into all the different age brackets, and I'm just horrified by the youth suicide rate. And this fucking TikTok platform is like a young person's. Well, it started out as a little fucking dancing sing-song app. Now it's got a fucking 53-year-old #gay farmer that's gone fucking viral. And I'm getting messages from parents saying about their 12, 13-year-old kids are struggling at school, and I've done some little messages, like a short little minute video that I've said hello to young fucking Jamie or Stacey or Ryan, whoever it is, and just sent it to the parents, and then they've shown their kid, and the kids come out just like, oh my God, it's just he's talking to me. And then the parents have messaged back a few days later to say that our kid's a different person in just by you sending that message to say, keep your chin up, buddy, you'll be right. Just stay at school, keep learning. I do encourage all these young kids to fucking pick up a pencil and learn some penmanship. I can't believe the fucking handwriting of the young people today is fucked.
Well, they hardly write anything. It's all typing.
I know.
Or
I
this.
can't believe they don't. Yeah. The fucking thumb. Oh, where was I the other day? I was in the doctor's waiting room, and there was a young guy there, like maybe 20-something, mid-20s. And he had his sound on, and I couldn't believe how quick he was sending a message to someone. It was just fucking hell. How can they type so quick?
With their thumbs.
I know. I know. So, so I just do what I can and just be me. I don't fucking sugarcoat anything. Well, even getting into, I took me. So what was the 20th of June was when I had my issue. And then my first appointment was the 18th. So it took me 4 weeks to get into a psychologist, and that was through a Zoom meeting. They're based in Melbourne, but the ladies used to live up here at Mansfield, and everything's by telehealth, they call it here now. Everything's like by Zoom meetings, a lot of these appointments. And I'm getting messages. I just had a message from somewhere in central New South Wales, so that's Sydney, so inland from Sydney, about 4 hours. And he can't even get an appointment with psychiatrist, and here he is asking me. It's like, well, fuck, my GP just put a mental health plan together with Mansfield Psychology, but people can't even get into these professional people. I don't know what's going on.
That's COVID. Worldwide. That's worldwide.
Yeah.
Here in Saskatchewan, I've heard there's people having 2-year waits to see a psychiatrist.
Wow. So I've got a meeting every Monday for the next 6 weeks. I must be lucky.
Lucky cunt.
Yeah, fucking TikTok famous. That's what fucking happens, cunt.
So why the nickname Fluffy?
Okay, so here we go. This is the first time I've ever told this on social media. I've told a few people face to face, but so what are we in 2022? So back in the year 2000, 2001, 2 and 3, I used to work up at Port Douglas in far north Queensland. So how many kilometres away from here is, like, Australia's a huge fucking country. So it's probably from one side of Canada to the other in distance. So up on the Great Barrier Reef. So it's as hot and humid as anything. And I worked up there it was a 5-star private resort. So all these fucking rich cunts had come from all over the world and stay there. And about once every 2 weeks, we used to, the resort would charter one of those big white boats, like those big fucking Russian oligarch type boats. Not one of those fucking $400 million things, but they were still pretty nice. And we used to go out and swim with the fish with just our private guests. So we'd have like maybe 20 of us. And my hair was longer. So I had, shoulder length hair that I used to tie back in a man bun. I fucking invented the man bun. I don't know if you got them over there in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
I was doing it all those fucking years ago. And I wanted dreadlocks. So I'd mess my hair up, and the fucking dreadlocks never happened. But then when you go out swimming with the fish, the salt water up there is really, really salty, high. And then your fucking hair would be all fluffy. And then on the way back into port at the end of the day, we'd be up on the top deck, which is all open. And these fucking boats go pretty quick, and my fucking hair would do this. And there was I was like one of the hosts, so I'd just go out there and just would swim with the fish with the people, and and then one of the ladies, she was the tourism lady, so she worked at the resort as well. she'd just go, "Oh, Fluffy, look at your fluffy hair, isn't it lovely?" And oh, it's so fluffy, and it just stuck.
Did you have any temptations or self-harming when you
No, I never have. I did have. I had a night. I've had quite a few nightmares over the last 4 weeks, but I did have one where I and I'll share it with you because I've never had this before. So trigger warning for anyone, I suppose. I was at one of those multi-level shopping centres, you know, when there's fucking balconies 4 or 5 stories tall that look over a central
fountain
food court or yeah. I actually stepped off the balcony and I was swimming through the air like when you're in water, like just we call it breaststroke here. And then I could sort of swim back to the edge of the balcony, and then I'd just launch off again and come back. And I woke up in maybe shock or trauma, which my psychologist said that's exactly what I'm going through at the moment. You've had a massive traumatic event, believe it or not, even though physically you haven't got any injuries. But mentally, your brain has actually gone through. I was forgetting things, cloudy head. She said, yeah, that's all part of a traumatic event. And I told her about this event, this dream that I had, that I was actually quite concerned maybe the next time I went to one of these multi-story, multi-level shopping centres, and maybe one day I might not be able to, differentiate between reality and the dream state or whatever, and that I actually stepped off the balcony. So that's probably the only, well, it is, I know it's the only, I suppose, self-harm. Not that I don't want to fucking step off a balcony or do any of that sort of stuff. But yeah, it was quite confronting that my brain was creating that type of feeling that it was okay to step off a balcony, and if you did, you could just swim your way back. Well, I know that's not going to fucking happen with gravity.
Oh, you have gravity in Australia?
We do. We're at the fucking bottom end, so
extra strong.
I know. So yeah. So no, I haven't had any self-harm. I've certainly spoken to people since this. I got in contact. There was a bloke in Scotland that reached out to me and sent a message, or he just actually said, "Oh, can you follow me back? I'm having a few issues." So I just gave him a follow back, and then he sent me a message, and then he said, "Oh, would you mind having a chat?" And anyway, we finally worked out how to. He was in Scotland, and I finally worked out how to call him, and we've actually spoken quite a few times now. And he had a traumatic event where he found his mum passed away overnight, and he discovered her the next morning, and about 3 years ago. And he's had all sorts of fucking self-harm issues and everything. And anyway, I called him and we've had a chat a couple of times, and I've sent him some merchandise, and I gave him a little shout out. And he's a different person now. He said, I can never unsee my mum when he found her in the morning. But he actually feels now that, he said, you're the only sort of famous person or TikTok famous, or you see all these people out there that are, oh yeah, I'm here to help, and they don't do anything. He said, you've replied to my messages, you've taken my call on WhatsApp or Snapchat. He said, you've actually like fucking changed my life for the better, Fluff. You've got no idea how much. Even all his mates can't believe that. How the fuck do you know that, hey, cunts guy is fucking talking about you of being a silage contractor? And he said, oh, yeah, he's my new mate. Yeah, just a simple little...
That's amazing of you. Like when you were talking earlier, how you were making videos for people's kids and stuff. Like, I know you're just like, I mean, you're just a guy living in Australia, right? But to other people, you're like this, you're on this pedestal. And so
I know.
It's amazing that you're doing that, and you're like legitimately pulling him out of a dark place, for even if it's temporary. Just
Look, I know, and it was I meet with a couple of good mates every Saturday morning, and we have coffee and we do the crossword together. It's the only way we can fucking finish it. We can't do it on our own. We're that fucking stupid. So three of us, we sort of nut out the crossword and sort of just talk shit for a couple of hours. And Mick was reading this book at the moment, and I've just bought it. I haven't started yet. It's called Stolen Focus, and it's about the bloke. Well, it's about the internet and how the internet and the algorithms and everything draw you in. And this bloke invented the never-ending screen, that
scrolling.
Scroll.
Mm-hmm.
And he said the whole idea of the internet is to, suck you in, I suppose, to steal your focus from reality and just fucking draw you in to that whole internet thing. And anyway, they were watching my success, and he basically said, Fluff, he said, you've actually got a huge responsibility now. He said, they were reading some of the comments, like some of the comments are, and it's not just one or two, Todd, there's fucking hundreds of them that say, oh, you're the reason I get out of bed, Fluff, you're just the best thing, it's my life's not worth living, I don't know what I'd do without you. I find that quite
intimidating
or humbling.
Okay,
humbling.
Yeah.
I found it quite, before I ended up in this fucking shitty space that I am at the moment,
mm-hmm.
I almost found it a bit sad that that people had to express their feelings to just a fucking stranger from Australia on TikTok, that they didn't know if I was real or a character or if it was a script.
Mm-hmm.
And Mick just said, he said, Fluff, you've got a huge responsibility here that you probably didn't realise was going to happen. But and I'd certainly recognise that to fucking no end. I can't stop this anymore. I can't just look what happened when I went missing for 2 days. There was hundreds and hundreds of messages.
Yeah.
So I don't know where this is going to end up. I really don't. I just have to, I don't know, just keep it real and not change anything.
A word of advice?
Yeah.
Pardon
me?
A word of advice for you.
Yeah, do, please.
I wrote a letter. This is maybe 7 years ago, and it went viral on the internet, and like tens of thousands of shares. It was about basically me coming out of the closet about my mental health issues, because I've attempted suicide, and for years I've been on meds and stuff, and now I also have gone through treatment for addiction, and I'm now sober 6 years and stuff. So I wrote this letter, and it went viral, and I realized I had a responsibility too, and that's kind of when I started my advocating and stuff. But I was also putting so much pressure on myself, and I was letting other people put so much pressure on myself that I wasn't taking care of myself. You know what I mean? It was like,
I do.
I felt like I had this responsibility, and I gotta go, and I actually kind of made myself sick again. So that's awesome that you're doing that, and that it's working out for you. But just be careful and make sure you take care of yourself too. And
yeah, absolutely. Like this whole situation that's happened and that I'm in, I'm actually I'm like downsizing, I'm decluttering, I'm just going through all the shit that I've accumulated over the years, and so it's a real cleansing time. I'm thinking about buying myself a fucking caravan and going on a big fucking never-ending road trip. Now, 3 months ago, if I'd said that, I would have thought I was fucking mad. But I've been doing a little bit of travelling around on just to get out of the house with my dogs. I've had a few sort of little road trips to the Big Strawberry and up the Murray River on the mighty Murray River on the border of New South Wales, just getting out and about. And I think that's one of the best things. Someone said to me when all this fucking went pear-shaped, they said, just keep eating and keep like exercising. I don't do fucking running or any of that sort of shit, and I don't play sport, but just getting out for a walk in the park for a few hours. I'm out of the house every day. I make sure I'm out of the house every day. So
and you're talking professionals.
Yeah, and I'm certainly am aware of, well, one, the responsibility I've got on this fucking platform, but also I've also got a responsibility to take care of myself. I'm no good to anyone if I'm in a fucking mess. So
bingo.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and do you know what? That's just, I'm a bit of a realist. So many people think life is just all about fucking rainbows and unicorns, and they just live in this sugar-coated, everything's fine. Well, it's fucking not. There's shit going on in the world everywhere. So I'm a bit of a realist. I know that I'm no good to fucking anyone if I don't eat properly or take care of myself. So I am getting out and about. Yeah.
And you're helping people. You're making personalized videos. You're actually phoning fans. Like, that's amazing. I was surprised. I sent you an email asking if you'd be on the podcast. It was like within 10 minutes you responded. It was like, I was like, holy fuck, this guy responded so quick. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that, and I think that's another thing, keeping busy. I don't know what space I'd be in if I didn't have all this stuff to do. I just couldn't imagine just sitting at home in front of the fire on a fucking couch. Like, I used to be a policeman in Melbourne. I was a policeman for 7 years.
Jesus Christ, you've got an interesting life, man.
Yeah. I'm also a classical trained pianist. I ended up in the police force as senior detective in the fingerprint and forensic bureau. So I'm a sort of a fingerprint expert. I could read fingerprints and would collect evidence and all of that. And I went through all of, well, I not went through, but I came across as a policeman, went to all sorts of crime scenes and suicides and murders, car accidents, house fires, like you name it, I've seen it.
Maybe a PTSD too.
Well, maybe, but I've always talked about that. I can still see certain crime scenes and gunshot trauma and just what people have done to themselves physically. And do you know what? You can't unsee that.
Yeah.
Now, I've always spoken about it, and whether it's just with friends or colleagues or at a dinner party or at the pub. And so, well, I saw that. I can't run away from it. Maybe I do have some sort of PTSD. I actually haven't received any diagnosis of any of that sort of mental health type thing, if I've got PTSD or if I've got depression. I've certainly, anxiety at the moment. So hence I've got to go get started on these meds, because some of those anxiety attacks, like running into this person I used to work for and his family, they live in town or they live just out of town. I don't know what's going to happen when I run into them again.
Is that the owner himself?
Yeah, correct. And his family, and just I'm looking at every fucking car. I know all the cars. That farm's got about 8 or 9 vehicles, and I know them all. So every time I spot one, I fuck off to the other end of town, and I know that's got to stop. I know that's just fucking dumb. But that's a space I'm in at the moment. So hopefully these meds might help with that. Also with packing down all my stuff, I do a bit and then I just, I don't know, go off tangent and go and do something else or go online. So I've got to sort of get my headspace in. That's why I need help. That's why I said to the GP yesterday that my psychologist suggested mentioning to you some anti-anxiety meds. I don't know what they are or what type they are. So, but anyway.
Yeah. Well,
thanks for having me on, Todd.
Thank you, Fluffy. It was an honor speaking with you and hearing your story and meeting you.
No, cunts, love you.
Be sure to subscribe and to like this video. You can listen on Apple Podcast and Spotify. This is Todd Rennebaum saying, make your beds and take your meds. Keep watching for more interviews with incredible people telling their stories of resilience and adversity with mental health and mental illness.